My guy, Officer Norman. Officer Norman is in
Oh
the clink
yeah,
over the weekend. Listen, the
that
bad
was a
thing
big
about
one.
going to jail on Friday is your ass ain't getting out until Monday. That's guaranteed. You're not getting out till Monday. Worst thing in history is to go to jail on Friday. He got domestic violence charge, 3rd-degree domestic violence. Word round town is his side chick exposed him for cheating on Facebook. Facebook is a dangerous place. Not gonna hold you. Very, very dangerous. Stay away if you can. He was exposed for cheating. He got into an argument with his wife at home. One thing led to another. She said that he hit her in the chest. And so the police came. She's a white woman. If there's any discoloration, your ass is grass, and his ass was indeed grass. I found it very, very interesting, man. He seemed like a very soft-spoken older man, got 1 million followers on social media because of the work that he did in communities, inner city communities, most, particularly with black young kids doing how I assume policing should go, ingratiating yourself in the neighborhood, making yourself known, invisible, making your face known, getting people's names and stuff. He's been on the North Little Rock Police Department for 27 years, got a lot of good cachet with the community. I wanted to know how y'all felt about this situation. I thought it was very, disappointing in a sense. I would assume that a lot of people in those communities, especially the police department, would be disappointed by his actions. But I don't know, man. It don't seem like the events are adding up to me. I ain't gonna hold you. But how you feel about it,
Uh,
Kenya?
this one was a big one only because, funnily enough, like a few spaces ago, I was like referencing him, but I couldn't remember his name. So I think it was, I don't know if it was in reference to, like, more police like presence or whatever in the community. But I was like bringing him up because this was like years ago. Cause I don't know how long Officer Norman been doing this, but I was young. So this had to be maybe like 2014, 2015, 2016 that I came, like I came to know him, and he was just starting to work in the community. He was like really well respected, well revered. Like, I watched his stuff every day. He would just wake up. He would go into the community. He would do stuff with the kids. He would go see the old people, the special people, the disabled people. And he was just really cool. So I didn't know anything else. I didn't know anything of his personal life. I knew that he was married to a black woman. I did know that. But it really was, he didn't have no personal teas out there. So when this dropped, I was like, oh my God. Because, oh, it's Officer Norman. So it's kind of like a damn, cops and domestic violence. It just,
Oh, he's married to a
they
black
go
woman? I
to,
thought he was married to a white woman.
no, he's married to a black
Oh, he
woman.
getting down with the squirrel for real.
Yeah, like, yo,
No
he was really
capping
with
this
the jungle
round.
fever. He loved, I don't know. So it was just like, oh damn, but he's still and honestly, like, that's what I was telling to Paris, because I was just kind of making the point. It was like, he definitely was pedestalized, and I guess that's why you really don't put nobody on a pedestal. He's still a cop at the end of the day. He's still a white man at the end of the day. So, I don't want to put too much on him, not to say like, oh, it's so unexpected, but it's just kind of like, damn, your public persona versus what's happening on the back end, they could really be two different things. And that it was shocking, because this is the first time I've heard of like a personal, like, melee with him. I've never seen that before, but some people in the comments was like, oh, they saw it coming, or oh, they noticed something. I didn't see it, so I
They
don't know
saw
what they
what coming?
saw.
Jail or cheating?
I guess the domestic stuff, or his, apparently I never saw it, but apparently, I don't know, other people had saw that, like, he might have some bad dealings when it comes to women.
Oh,
Um,
brother, stop it. We gotta stop this.
what?
We
What are you
gotta
talking about, Rashad?
stop. We can't.
Rashad?
Every time something happens, all of a sudden, hoes just get clairvoyant. I could have saw this coming. No, you couldn't have.
They
Hey,
probably, people are kind of perceptive, and
no, they're
honestly,
not.
I personally did not see it. I will say that I did not see it. But I have not seen Officer Norman or Tommy Norman since like probably back like 2016, 2017. I have not seen nothing of the man. So this is just kind of like, damn, damn, damn. He probably had a young little something in Little Rock. Apparently, he was over there playing in her cat. Okay. He was paying her money, keeping her quiet. And then the girl came on Facebook, exposed everything. Him and the wife got into it. It doesn't seem like there's like any kind of like major injury or whatever. It seemed like a little spat. And she had a little bodily harm, not downplaying it or nothing, but like, he ain't beat the lady black and blue or
No,
whatever.
I'm
But
here to downplay it. I'm not gonna lie.
but they had it seems like it was a very minor, domestic little dispute. And because he's who he is, it's obviously, making news.
Listen,
But
1 million followers go a long way in the hood. Not gonna hold you. My man was getting his followers up, his clout up. He was dibbling and dabbling, man. Listen, I don't condone cheating. I don't necessarily think that his reputation as a police officer or social media influencer would have been damaged by cheating allegations. But we gotta get to it, man. We gotta really just be honest. This was kind of like the same Tory situation. I want to backtrack. I spoke about this yesterday, right? As far as putting your people that you love in, I would say, harm's way when it comes to dealing with the legal system, the justice system. And this goes for both genders. Um, I didn't, it seemed very, very minor. Also, we got to be real. If he got caught cheating and he's married to a black woman, I would think that she would be upset and there would be a level of conversation, heated argument that doesn't ring to me that he got caught cheating and then went home and just started whooping ass. It doesn't seem like it to me. I think that there was a situation in where they probably been married for a while and something happened, but jail, come
Rashad,
on,
this is
man.
nasty, Rashad. This
No,
is
no,
really
we gotta
nasty.
be real.
No.
No, we gotta be real. No, because y'all let all that Drea shit ride yesterday. Y'all said that she
Rashad,
pushing
you
him.
said
No,
that Angel
no.
Reese lightly tapping that boy on the chest in the airport was tantamount, okay, to her beating him damn near close
That
to
wasn't even
death.
Angel Reese. If Angel Reese would have hit that
Oh
nigga would have
wait,
been
no, it
knocked
wasn't.
out.
Oh wait,
Angel
who
Reese
was?
big
Oh my
ass.
bad. Let me not put that
That
on
was
Angel. Oh my
Shakari.
god. Shakari.
That was
When
Shakari.
Shakari did that, you said
I was more annoyed with the Shakari situation because she tried to once again weaponize the police to get him in jail. That's what I was most annoyed about with the Shikari situation. It wasn't the fact. I mean, listen, I've told y'all my stories about Joyce acting crazy. I got a whole bit in my lip. I still ain't ran to no motherfucking police because this is the woman that I want to be with, and I can be mad and all kind of shit, but I'm not trying to get your ass roped. Like, stop it. Come on, man. It's nasty. I'm not gonna hold you. To me, it's nasty. Now, if I'm just talking about like the severity. Obviously, and Kenya said it doesn't seem like it was that severe. It didn't seem like it was that severe to me. Now, obviously, if a nigga is whooping your ass, then you need to go to the police. Probably need to call your brothers or something. But that's not the situation that we dealing with here. And I just felt like, oh, come on, man. Cause he does have a reputation and like, it's not just for the guy, just for the man. I would say the same thing vice versa. You don't want to put your person in harm's way as far as going to jail over something that was clearly, heated in an argument and you cheating on me and we married and we in love and then a lot is there to lose, in my opinion. Go ahead, Paris. What's the word? How you feeling
You
today?
stop defending this immediately
No,
because it's not
I'm
cool.
not. No,
No, no, no, no.
no.
Listen to what I'm saying. I know that story. I'm from the area. My timeline been in shambles about it. Him and Rolinda, what is her name? Rosalinda, they were together well over 15 years. That man wasn't even claiming his first mixed child at all, who is a black girl. And furthermore, he has helped with the high corruption in Little Rock. So the same way you over here talking about, oh, it's just a little pet, this, that, and the third. No, if you broke the law, go to jail. And the other part of that is what y'all don't realize. Police officers know the verbiage to say when they actually get locked up. So regardless of how you trying to flip it, even her statement was a way of flipping the verbiage because you feel like he an honorary hero. This honorary hero also had pedophile charges and grooming on him at one point in time. Stop
Did they
defending
stick? Did they
stupidity.
stick?
They didn't
Did
stick
they stick?
though. They
They got
they didn't
they
stick.
got hidden. They got passed off
Oh, brother.
They didn't
from a
stick.
15-year-old. That
We gotta
stuff has
stop.
happened
We
years
gotta
Paris,
ago.
I
stop.
remember
And this
that.
ain't
Paris,
his
no,
first
I
time
don't think that's
cheating
fair,
on
bro.
her.
I'll be
Stop
No,
it.
honest.
that's not
And
fair.
as a
That's not fair.
feminazi, I don't think
It
that's
don't
fair because
have
I
to be
remember that.
fair. It don't have to be fair. It's the truth. And it's weird. And it's
Anybody can
weird.
say anything. Is Drake a pedophile?
They
Like anybody can
literally
come
had
out
an
their mouth and
internal
say it.
investigation on it.
Like,
Stop it, Rashad. It's
but,
not cool.
but it
Stop.
didn't stick.
It don't matter. Majority of them don't stick. The fact that he was that old and had a relationship to some degree with an underage child should be enough for you.
He had a but that all
He
right.
has
He had
he has
relationships with
relationships
all
with
the
hundreds
children,
of other.
Paris. He had
That's why he's
relationships with
famous on
all of
social
them.
media. That's why he's famous on social media, Paris. He has relationships with hundreds of kids. What are we talking about? Go ahead, Kyra. What's the word? How you feeling?
The fact that y'all up here romanticizing police officers is crazy to
No,
me. This is
it's not about
No,
the
it's
police.
not about
insane.
him being
It's
a
not about
Yes,
the
police
it
police,
is. I
Kyra.
officer.
literally cannot. Let me
Go
finish
ahead.
talking.
All right, you're right.
Y'all have sat up here and said, you, Rashad, oh, I don't want to get the police involved because of such and such. Rashad, he's a police officer. He's a police officer. Do you not know how many police officers whoop their wives' ass all the fucking time and they get away with it? You know how many police officers have killed their wives and got away with it? This is disgusting. I don't care about his millions of followers. I don't care what the fuck he did in the hood. Because guess what? When police officers go in the community and do shit, they see what the community is about and they try to get away with doing certain shit. He's no fucking different. He's no different. If that man, if what parents have said is true, the fact that it's rumors about him having pedophilia on his jacket, that's nasty. That's nasty. I don't care. I do not romanticize police officers. I just don't. When I first seen this man, I said, he's doing this for clout. You're doing this for clout. You are a police officer. You do not have to record yourself doing good in the fucking neighborhood. It's gonna come out. But the fact that he literally put his hands on his wife and he's a police officer, that says a lot. And guess what? I bet you he don't do no jail time. I bet you he don't do no jail time because he has a badge. And because of the way that y'all sitting up here saying, oh, he got millions of followers. He was in the neighborhood. He was doing this. He was doing that. They're going to look at that and sweep that shit under the fucking rug of what he did to that woman. I don't care. Quit romanticizing police officers who will look at you in your face and shoot you in the fucking head just because. Stop.
Yeah, this is less about him actually being a police officer. I brought up the fact of his deeds and why he was social media famous,
That
right?
doesn't
And that
mean
is,
anything.
hold on,
He's
wait,
still a
wait, hold on, wait,
police
wait, wait.
officer.
Hold on. But I was bringing it up so people can have an idea because I'm sure if somebody just say Tommy Norman, they're like, who the fuck that nigga is, right? So I'm bringing it up for that, but also I did say this yesterday as well when it came to Drea and Jalen Green, and where if you are in a relationship and you know that you are mad and upset and they were drunk and things are happening, don't put your partner in a situation in where now there can be larger ramifications. So police officer or not, that's where I was speaking from because we all have been mad at our partner and we've all said and did wild shit. And if all of us got called to got the police called on us, because I guarantee everybody has had situations in where the police could have came and picked your ass up. And so if all of those situations would have went through, I don't think that would be fair either. That's all I'm saying.
But
That's
my
all I'm
whole
saying.
thing, but what I'm saying to you is, you are using Drea and that boy as an example, and to me, that's not fair. That's not fair at all because this is a police officer. You are missing the point of this is a police officer who can get away with this shit. Drea, we saw it. He can't get away with that. We didn't see him put his hands on her, but I believe her. I believe her because he's a police officer. I don't believe shit police officers say. I just don't. But I guarantee you, like Paris said, that shit that he did was supposedly did with those kids. It was an internal investigation and it got swept under the rug. This is going to
It
happen too
wasn't
because he's a
kids,
police officer.
bro. All right.
I
May I
Go
said
ahead,
can
Drea.
I
that.
please
Listen,
jump in
I
because
this shit.
hold
This
on.
don't
is
know about the
gross.
Hold
Okay,
pedophilia
on.
thing,
okay,
but I would
okay.
think that
Go
would be
ahead.
nasty too.
Can you please because I'm gonna be honest, though that little moment was nasty. I can't even, I'm kind of like my jaw has been kind of like stuck at the fact that the response to someone saying he got pedophilia accusations and he works around children, the reaction is nothing stuck and well, so he's with children. Isn't that the reason why we would want to push back and say, okay, well, hold up, let me see? Because I think like these are the types of things that ends up happening with like, y'all familiar with, Pee Wee Herman? He was,
Yeah,
okay, Pee Wee's
yeah,
Playhouse. This is kind of like a
yeah.
older, I know Kenya is probably older than
Jonay, don't put our age
her
out there like that.
age
Don't do that.
range.
Don't do that, friend.
I
No,
don't
Don't
know.
no,
do that.
no, no,
I
I'm not.
don't.
No, I'm not.
That
No,
name sounds
no, I'm
familiar to
not
me,
at
but
all. I
I don't
wasn't
really
being
know.
shade.
I
I
don't
wasn't
really
being
know what
shady
No,
at
you're
no,
all.
referencing.
I'm talking about
Yeah, I
me,
don't
friend.
really
I'm talking
know.
about me
Oh,
and
it's
you.
okay.
I'm talking about me and you.
Oh,
I'm talking about
girl,
me and
no.
you.
Well, I was just
We
saying
all
because I didn't know
pushing
if,
30.
because
It's
that is
okay.
kind of like, yeah, but no, that's what I was saying. And because I was not trying to be shady at all, please, because I don't want that to even be
Age is not
alluded to.
shade.
I was really saying it because, he was popular, but he wasn't like a Mr. Rogers. Like he was, but he kind of was one of those childhood type shit. And he had some real nasty allegations, not necessarily with children, but with some like kind of like perverted type behavior in his personal life. So to me, I think, it's less about, well, first off, him being a cop has everything to do with, I believe, um, why the narrative would want to be spun because of his involvement in certain communities that again the blue wall is going to support and protect their own. So if they can get ahead of it in the media, if they, if Little Rock is a smaller city where he has all these ties, then it probably would be something he can get ahead of because he is such a media darling. But I don't think that should be dismissed and maybe simplified to experiences that are more common because he does have him being a cop plus something else as it in regards to certain allegations about underage relationships that are inappropriate. I'm kind of confused. Like, I don't know why we wouldn't like kind of just like
I,
stop right there and say, okay, wait, well, what about that? Like, what happened? Cause it was kind of like, well, did it stick, as if we don't know about how those types of things go.
Or we act like we don't know that people are nasty and vindictive and spiteful. So I think that when we get to places like this and where or allegations are hurled and those allegations are so heavy, there has to be a level of what happened, what was the outcome. And I think
Right,
that
but
when
the
we have these
allegation wasn't hurled
situations,
now. I think it was old though. That's what I was saying. I don't think it was a recent allegation. I'm
no,
saying I think,
that's even more reason where it's just like, hey, okay, we hear that. What
he
happened?
was
What came about
doing
of these
work in
things?
the. I'm only saying.
who cares?
I'm
What is someone doing work in the community got to do with their
No, it
pedophilia?
doesn't.
Y'all got to
Those
stop
are
But
doing
it's not
that
separate.
because
No,
it is
pedophilia.
I'm not.
But
but you don't know. Y'all didn't
Jonah,
even ask to
Jonah. I'm
know.
not
When Paris
tying
brought that
his
up, you
works to
dismissed it
pedophilic acts.
immediately.
Obviously, if that man
Okay,
was
so then, so do
doing
we
something
know the
nefarious,
story?
the story. Yes, I don't know if Paris wants to say it. I have a vague remembrance of it when it came out all them years ago. And at the time of when it came out, the only reason that I thought that initially, Jonah, when I first saw him and what he was doing in the community, I said this is going to happen anyway, right? Now, I said that because he's in the people homes, he picking the special boy up, he taking the boy all types of places. Now, here's the thing, he's recording everything. Okay, everything is recorded. When he goes see the old ladies and sit with her for hours at a time, it's recorded. When he go to the special boy and take him, it's recorded. When he go to the kids and is playing sports and giving out toys, it's recorded. Now, when I saw that, I was just like, I mean, look, I see what he's trying to do. I
But every
think
person that deal with kids don't have that
every
on them. Like
person
that's
that
not an
no, I
automatic
know, Jonah,
assumption.
I
No, it's
know that
not.
not everyone is going to get those rumors. So I'm not saying that when those rumors come up, vehemently look into whatever the fuck started that rumor. What I'm saying is, Jonah, at the culmination of that investigation, there was nothing to be said.
But okay, but at the culmination of what investigation? And so say for example, right? If what we're talking about, just again, trying to take all, I'm not blaming anybody for anything, and I'm not saying no one believes anything or anything like that. What I'm saying is this: if this was someone else that was not beloved, right? And the first thing we hear is they got looped up in some sort of other charge, and then something comes out about them being a DV. We just had this conversation with, was it Karl Malone? Right? When it was proven, because Karl Malone had a child, but the conversation about Karl Malone was he got a woman that was underage pregnant, and it was a relationship of consent, right? And there was still a lot of people said it don't matter. He's still a nasty individual. So my thing is, just because there is potentially police coercion, there could have been we know this because it happens all the time. He could be as guilty as the day is long, and because there was certain cooperation that didn't happen, it could have been dismissed. But it don't mean he didn't do it, and it doesn't mean that an allegation to that level shouldn't be kind of like, really looked at and considered, because there's a lot of people that are predatory that hide behind doing kind acts for children. You see it with coaches and all that happens all the time. Do we not remember what happened at that college with that coach? That it was the big thing where he was
in
doing this,
Pennsylvania at the university.
yeah,
Sandusky.
that
You talking about
university.
Sandusky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sandusky, exactly. So, which is, I'm not saying that to make this him, right? And I don't even want to hyperfixate, but I just think, just listening real quick and
I
seeing
know
how it
the
was brushed past
example.
so fast, I'm like,
But here's the thing, Jonah, and that's why I feel like these topics get tricky. And for me personally, because I be trying to see, and topic to topic is switch, and that be my thing. Because in other instances, I might feel like you're not giving enough credence to whatever the allegations are. For this specific situation, I know that I'm already hypersensitive and hyper in tune, okay, to whatever the woman's or girl's or feminine side of things is. Jonah, the girl never said nothing else. There were rumors
okay,
of
but I'm
him
gonna
having
tell you, Kenya,
inappropriate conversations.
but I'm gonna tell you, I just got sent something. You need to stand down, because it's not one person. From what I just saw,
Oh, send it to me, please, because
this is
I don't know, and I'll shut up. I
okay.
don't know.
And I'm not saying this, I'm not saying right,
Okay.
wrong, or indifferent. I just think this is nasty work, and I'm not giving no grace for something that to me seems like cause I'm just saying, like, this is not new for someone to be kind of beloved and have a private life that is nasty work. So
Yeah.
if he got caught up with some DV stuff with a current wife, and then people are like, see, we've been saying that this is a nasty man, I don't think that it should be, well, was he found guilty? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
there's
with you.
plenty of scenarios where that happens. So I'll just send to you what, yeah.
Man, listen, for me, y'all going down that road, that's not even where I was at. I'm talking about this case, and for me, I think we have to be more, I don't know, think things through when it comes to this domestic violence situation, and him being found out that, he's cheating on his wife, and then he comes home. I think the conversation is heated, and he's not the one that would want to just start hitting. He told his side of where she slapped me, and I tried to get her away from me.
Right.
I don't think that would be the craziest idea if you found out that your husband for 15 years was
In
cheating on you and
I'm
got exposed, and you
I
want to put hands on him. That's not
in
the
terms
craziest thing to
of
do.
no,
So
it's
to
not the
dismiss that
craziest
shit
thing.
is weird.
It's not the craziest thing, but Rashada, I do feel like these are two separate. It's two different type of conversations going on, because in terms of just pure DV and who wants to put their hands on whoever, yes, I'm always going to understand the men's side of, bro, it get tricky. I put my hands on a man when I found out that he was cheating on me. Yes, I did. Now, if he would have locked me up and wanted to call me an abuser for the rest of my life, I just have to eat that. But yes, the fuck I did. I did that. Okay. So I give a lot of grace in these situations. Now, if I'm talking about, you done slapped somebody up, you done pushed somebody against the wall, you gave a little bit of yank up by the collar. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you just full out beating people to fuck up. I don't know about that.
I think
I don't know
any
about
form of
that.
DV is, well, but we can't in one instance say, oh, what's wrong with a little, but then at
No,
the same
I'm not saying
time want to say
it's
people need to
all
keep
wrong,
their
Jonay.
hands to
It's all
themselves. Like,
wrong, Jonay. But what I'm
it's
saying,
I don't
Johnny,
know
it's
what the
all
point of this
wrong. But
is.
what I'm saying is that to Rashad's point, and I've had to, even sometimes when Paris has made certain points, I've had to sit back and honestly think and say, Kenya, I mean, are you being fair? And yes, I am a bit biased. And so my biases might lead me to come to certain conclusions. Obviously, anytime you haul off and put your hands on somebody unprovoked, you are wrong. You are always wrong. Regardless of what they did, regardless of what they said, you are wrong for that, correct? Yes. You're always wrong. But what I'm saying is, if in the instance is that things get tumultuous and things get heightened and things get tight and we at odds and we beefing and somebody go to trying to slap somebody else, there is a lot of credence given to when women do it. So sometimes when I did it with the DDG situation, when he had yanked her up, I gave him a little bit of grace too. I do give certain graces because that's just not fair. Sometimes we do a little, I mean,
No, and
listen,
again, I
Jonay,
think that's
we
fair.
human.
Well, I understand. Well, again, I just think that's excuses for bad behavior. I'm just not a person that does that. I think it is what it is. And if you did something you shouldn't be doing, that's what it is. So for example, with him, if she was doing all of that shit and he didn't call the police, that's his dumb ass. You the cops. You should have absolutely called to have a conversation and get somebody in it because you know you're the man and you know what this is. If let's say she was the person that hit him, you know to call the police. You know this. You need to get intervention because the minute you do something, then you are again because now it's a domestic violence and you did hit her or pushed her or shoved her or yoked her or choked her, whatever. My point is all of this, it's just a little pow pow. It's just a little, y'all know how this go. It's just, that's that. I don't ascribe to the toxicity of thinking that this is you know how this go. No, this ain't how it should go on both ends. As a man, I'm not shaming no man for calling the cops on no woman. If she put her hands on him, he should have hit them people. He probably got the direct line because they on his cell phone. He them. So if it's that, then call. And if it's her, call. I'm not looking at this lady no type of way if that man put his hands on her, if it was a DV. That's what I'm trying to understand. What are we saying? She shouldn't have called the cops. He shouldn't have called the cops. We supposed to just be rumbling in here because we know how it get.
No,
Like there is no
I
badges
think
of
that a
honor
lot
for
of us,
domestic violence on either
I think a
side.
lot of people make, rash decisions, impulse decisions based out of emotion, and where once you calm down, you realize, goddamn, I shouldn't have did that. And so a lot of these instances it happens like this, and where your head is on fire because your nigga cheating. And so if you slap him or whatever, I wouldn't advise him to call the police because you probably gonna say I'm sorry and y'all gonna talk this shit out and then you're gonna move. Now, that is something different, totally different from somebody kicking the door in and whooping your ass like some Ike and Tina
But it's
shit.
really
I think
not
that
though.
for
Yes,
me,
it is, Jonay.
listen, call me
Jonay,
crazy.
please.
No,
That's different
Yes,
for
it
it's
me.
is.
not. No,
No,
it's
It's
not.
different for me.
No,
It's different for
no.
me.
Kenya.
Jonay,
It
Jonay,
is,
no, it's
no,
not.
hold on a
No, it's
second.
not.
It is
No,
not.
it's not,
It
Jonay.
is
No,
not
and that,
different.
Jonay, that's a
It is,
disrespect.
Kenya. I'm not doing
That,
that
I
with
don't
you
that,
want to do it with you
because
either,
it's
but I
not
don't feel what you're saying.
because you're talking about no, what, but the reason why you don't feel what I'm saying is because you are getting lost in trying to make a point where I'm making it clear across the board because this is what ends up happening, right? Domestic violence as a progressive thing that happens in relationships, it starts at a yoke and a shove and an aggressive behavior, right? And then it eventually leads to what Rashad said, right? I'm saying at
Jonay, it
that
don't go
moment,
with that.
yes,
Jonay, it
it is
typically
too
doesn't.
tumultuous and y'all should not
Jonay,
be
it
doing
typically
that.
doesn't
But
because
again,
the rate of those
okay,
things
Kenya,
happening and
it's okay,
actually
sweetie.
harm
It's
happening
that's
okay.
are
like,
two different things. They don't even
Okay.
hold on.
match,
Okay.
Jonay.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. Let's
Okay.
get the
Whatever you
parents real
say.
quick. I don't.
Whatever you
It's
say.
like, oh, if you smoke cigarettes, you gonna smoke crack. Like, no, that's not how
Ooh.
it goes.
No,
Go ahead,
no,
parents.
no, no. What y'all are doing is trying to
Well,
excuse
I'm not
behaviors when
excusing
we're
it. I'm
talking
talking about
about
reality.
de-escalation. That is exactly, and the reality is niggas be boxing, and that's the problem. That's not like
I'm
what are we
not
getting
saying
away
it's
from this
not a
being wrong? I don't
problem,
get
Jonay. I feel like you're not
so
trying to
then what are
understand
you
me. I feel like you're
arguing
really
with what
not
I'm
trying to
saying
understand me.
for? No, I'm understanding. I am. What you're doing is trying to act as if I'm saying something foreign when all I'm saying is from the top to the bottom, y'all should not be in any physical anything. That's all I'm saying. And we're talking about, well, one is, oh, well, it's not, at least it's not that. Like, all right.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Paris.
first and foremost, domestic violence is domestic violence. It don't matter how you flip it. If you assault somebody because you were upset for whatever reason, and that's your partner, that's domestic violence. It's clean, slice, it's concise. It's just like that. You have a domestic dispute. If an officer has to come out to your house for a domestic dispute, somebody has to go. They will look you over, take an incident report, and document the fact that they had to go to that home for a domestic dispute. And if they have to come back, if it progresses, they will absolutely do what they need to do in order to ensure somebody goes to fucking jail, because we're using taxpayers' monies in order for these neighborhoods to be fucking safe. That's what that motherfucker did all the time. Y'all are not smart. If she called the police on her famous local police officer ass husband, do you genuinely think that all she did was just attempt to hit him and he accidentally protected himself? Common sense ain't so fucking
Are
common.
we
The
acting
other,
like that don't never
wait
happen?
a
We
minute. No,
gotta
no, no, no.
stop.
No, pause. The other part of this is because she benefits heavily off of this. They've been together for years. That man been a cheater. This ain't new fucking information. He been cheating for years. And when you're talking about having relationships with underage children, no, he's been coercing and soliciting underage girls in Little Rock for fucking years. And that's why you stop seeing him really be interpersonal with kids, pulling up at people's houses when their parents weren't around, or always having these little shows and shit with fucking older people and going to the nursing home. Because when it's internal investigations, Kenya, you're not gonna hear anything about it. That's how Arkansas is. If it's internal
The
give
girl
me
that
a
made the
second, Kenya.
Facebook post.
I did not cut nobody off. Internal investigations, how they work is when something hits the internet and they take it and they actually say, oh, this is something legal, you don't hear about it. They can't speak about it. They can't talk about it, this, that, and the third. It absolutely was swept under the rug, which is again why you see his platform shifted. When you see him with kids, it's literally a plethora of kids around. It's not one anymore. It used to be a little black girl. He used to go and pull up at her house or whatever the case may be and sit her on his lap and do all of this shit. He works heavily in East Little Rock, in South Little Rock, and North Little Rock, which is predominantly black. Y'all do not know what you're talking about. And it makes it even worse because you're trying to oversight the domestic violence to say, oh, the pedophilia or the grooming or the coercion or the soliciting isn't a part of his character. It's all a testament to his character. This is some white loving shit. He's a police officer. Regardless of how you flip it, badge on or badge off. He's just another white man who
If
know
he
how to
was
play the
black, would
system.
it be different to
If he
you?
was black,
If
this
he
wouldn't
was
be a
black, would it be
conversation.
different
If
to
he was
you?
black, it
And
wouldn't be
y'all
a
niggas brought that
conversation.
shit up. Ain't even nobody was talking
If
about
If
that
he
in
he
the
was
was
first
black,
black,
it
place.
no,
wouldn't be a
because if he was
conversation.
black, this would be a
Y'all
different
niggas using
conversation.
this
Because in
topic
a
to
lot of
get y'all shit
situations
off
where the
on,
black
If
man
cuz.
is at
he
fault,
was
I
black,
gotta hear about how he not. So it's just
if
very
he was
convenient. Don't
black,
act like you give a
Kenya,
fuck about
if
victims
he
now.
was black, Kenya, your motherfucking ass would be sitting up here talking about how he probably had been beating the shit out of her. If he was black, that nigga
Absolutely
would
not.
still be in Pulaski
That's
County.
what you
If
wish
he was
I would have
black,
been saying, but
that
it's not
nigga
the
would still
case.
be in Pulaski County because I know how the motherfucking city is. You can't tell me about a place I to lay in my motherfucking head.
Y'all using this to get y'all shit off on, cuz. I see it. I see the play. Go ahead, go ahead, Kyra.